a question that always comes up. You know, how do you store, or how do I store my cigars? First of all, I recommend to anyone that buys any box of cigars, whether it's ours or anybody's, what I recommend is that they take that box and keep it in a place where it's going to get acclimated. That's very important because, you know, in the transit of the cigars, you know, coming from Dominican, coming to our distribution center here in Miami, then going out to the stores, cigar is a living cell, and it goes through changes because of the atmosphere, because of the different temperatures. So what I recommend is, you know, once you get a cigar, I know you want to smoke one right away, and that's fine. But I think if you really want to get the true enjoyment of, you know, my cigars, or for that fact, anybody else's cigars, you should keep it in a place where it's going to be stored permanently. Now, it could be the cigar box, it could be a humidor. Another thing that I recommend is if you have a humidor and you like naturals or you like maduros, I would have a humidor for each, because the naturals, you know, they're going to work differently than the maduros in that humidor. So I like to keep them separately. And also, one of the things that I do when I store my cigars, I keep some cello and some uncello. And you'll be surprised at the difference in the smoke once you try those cigars at different times. I find that the cello cigars in humidor, to a certain degree, give a more intense flavor to a certain degree. I find that the uncello cigars are more of a smoother type of smokes, you know, once they've been in there for an X amount of times. Now, some people say, well, should we age cigars, you know, a year, 2 years, 5 years? I believe that a cigar, if it's kept properly in a, like I said, in an atmosphere where it's going to be, you know, permanently at, you can smoke that cigar within a month and get a true, you know, idea or true flavors of what that cigar has to offer. Now, needless to say, I have cigars that are a year old, and there is a change to a certain degree in the way that that cigar is going to taste, as opposed to once that's only been in a humidor or in the box for a month or month and a half. So it's up to, you know, it's up to the person how he likes to smoke the cigar. I find that for our cigars, I like to keep it, for instance, in our aging room in Dominican Republic, we keep it at a temperature of about 68 Fahrenheit and about 65 to 66, 67 relative humidity. And the reason, you know, the reason we keep it like that is because, you know, we use a lot of Nicaraguan tobacco, which is a very heavy tobacco, has a lot of oils, and this particular temperature of 68 and 65 to 67 is ideal for the type of cigars that we make. Now, if you have Connecticut's, you know, which is a milder type of smokes usually, those I would keep maybe at a little bit higher humidity level, maybe 68 to 70, and anywhere from 65 to 68 Fahrenheit. So again, it's something that, you know, each of us has a particular way that we like to smoke cigars, and I think each of us has to experiment as how we want to you know, store those cigars. But for me, again, the ideal temperature and humidity is 65 degrees humidity and 68 Fahrenheit. But saying that, the most important thing is get those cigars, put them, whether it's in your home, your office, and let it acclimate to that how do you say, atmosphere for at least 2 weeks. And then you can start doing whatever changes you want to do. And I think if you do that, you're going to find that those cigars are going to offer you a lot more than smoking a cigar right off the shelf, like they say. I hope that helps, and hey, you know, we're here to answer your questions. You know, write us, let us know what you want to know, and we'd be happy to you know, get back to you with anything you want to know about tobaccos and cigars. Thank you.